Hello everyone, Railgan here with another CVT replay of Camelot. Today we're going to have a look at this game. He told me that he had some problems in the late game with Widow Mines. We're going to see how it got to that, what went wrong, what went right, and talk about the game in general. I'll try to not make this another 20-minute video, because we have had enough of those 20-minute replay analysis videos. And I think I talked about most of the things that you could do wrong. So we'll have a look at this unique scenario right here. A bunker right from the get-go. Did not manage to get the SCV or the Marine. Still okay, I think. He didn't really lose a worker either. 17 on the minerals, okay. Inject delayed, okay. Not ideal, but okay. Lair is delayed. Wait. 1 second, guys. When did he start this lair? At 3:20? Well, that's already quite a bit late. Look at this gas. He has so much gas on the bank. Need to start the lair quicker. I think he probably delayed Queen a little bit early on. Of course, you have the 3 roaches doing damage. That is good and all, but I don't really care too much about stuff like this, right? It's nice and dandy. But right here we're just trying to talk about how the channel player can win games and not how to kill your opponent with fancy micro tricks. Because if you want to do that, then just watch the Koreans play and copy what they do. Because they're not that hard to understand, right? It's not that hard to understand how to move over here with 3 roaches, position them here and kill SCVs. You just kind of have to build the units and try it out. Either it works or fails. If it fails, you need to figure out why. Taking care of the Marines, that's good. Workers killed, 0 by the Terran. Right here I'm starting to see the problem, I guess. As we see that hidden expansion. The mutants are still doing a little bit of damage. And we have quite the bank on the Zerg side. That is pretty normal though. It's building a safety spine. I mean, I would be pretty confused as the Zerg right now if I would not see the Terran third base. I think he's doing this excellently, Camelot, so far. Excuse me. Yep, the Widow Mines get taken care of, and right here is where I would think the game is supposed to end, right? Well, what? Well, the units just kind of... No, you don't want to do this. Wait. 1 second, guys, you have to go a little bit back, because I want to quickly talk about this, right? I mean, I'll show you the replay time, doesn't really matter anyways. Got that sweet StarCraft swag going in the back. Have these Widow Mines, losing the Mutalisks, totally okay. Right here, you want to attack into this, right? So first of all, if you kill both E-base, that's very good. If you look at the upgrades, it's 1-1 against almost 2-2. So the Zerg is very far behind in the upgrades. The Terran delayed the upgrades to get the faster upgrades, delayed his drops and stuff. Delayed his third. So technically killing these E-base off is very good. You'll see what the Zerg does. Until here it's fine, right? Yes, and right here you don't really want to squish yourself through such a narrow passage. Just clear this off, and then you at least did some damage. Not sure will he actually get the tank. I know he flies it up there. Right here, why would you walk in here? Like, what is even the command of these units? Then the Biles, right? But you don't really want to throw away your Ravagers like this. Like, Roach Ravager might not be expensive. We also see a total of 17 larvae on the side, nothing being built, nothing being injected. So while all this is happening, the production completely stopped. So not only did we throw away our entire army, we also stopped producing units completely. We do not scout what is going on down here, so we just kind of threw the game right there. What the Zerg should have done is just clear this off. Wait for Roach reinforcements and then push through it with Roach Ravager. Get an Overseer so you can actually see the high ground, so you can snipe the tank from down here. Don't just rush in. When you see me play Roach Ravager, I always have either a Corruptor or an Overseer with me so I can see the high ground. because otherwise you just kind of get destroyed. Now he built the infestation pit and cancelled it because he already had one, or did I only see it when it finished? Anyways, he's making a switch to Ravager Ling, which is okay. He's very far behind in upgrades, which is not okay. You don't really want to play with 1-1 against, well, soon to be the triple upgrades. As the Zerg. Music might be a little bit loud, I'm not sure. I hope it's not too loud. Maybe I should make it a little bit more quiet, 1 second. Sure, it suddenly got really loud. Sick. Maybe I played some WoW, so maybe it took my settings from there. I'm not sure. There we go. And I like to have some background music to listen to though. Now we have the Hive on the way. The Lings with the 2-2. The Hive could have been started a little while earlier, but it's okay. Money wise, of course, if you stop macroing for such a long period of time as we saw with that attack, not sure for how long it was exactly, but it must have been pretty long given the bank. Also, just take this expansion, take this expansion, take this expansion, just expand, yeah, like he's doing now. Because at worst you lose an expansion, at best you do a lot of damage. Not sure if Camelot actually watched this replay and knows of these bases down here. To him it might look like he's playing against a 3-base Zerg. Now he also has the Corruptors with him. Keep in mind he kind of threw away about 10 Ravagers for no reason, so if you would, so ideally you would have about 10 Ravagers more with this army. Because those 10 Ravagers didn't really kill anything. Then he threw away all the Ravagers while the Lings were circling around. Like, losing the Lings is okay, losing the Ravagers is not. Now we're starting to have trouble with the Widow Mines, right? And if you just play this game, then it could feel like, well, holy hell, these Widow Mines are completely destroying me. While completely missing the point that you just threw away so many units all game long. Got a small lag. Please fix. Crash. Thank you. Like, if I would just play this game, then I would probably feel like, well, what the hell happened? So I go Ravager and I pressure a 2-base Terran and then I lose all my units, but it can't be that bad, right? And then he goes Widow Mines and just kills all my units. So what am I supposed to do? Well, I guess I'll go Ultras. I mean, it's a 2-base Terran, well, he has a 3rd base now. And Camelot has no idea of the bases down there, else he would take them out probably. I feel like this could be one of those games where that you don't actually watch, so you don't know the problem. Upgrades, we have the Chitinous Plating, so we have all the Ultra upgrades, and the Widow Mines are decent against the Ultras, but he doesn't really have enough behind the Widow Mines. Now the Camelot actually got back into this game. He had a big bank, he managed to spend all the minerals, not all the gas. Now right here, you have the same problem again, right? So how many Ultras died there? 4? 5? Why would you walk up this ramp into a Widow Mine field with when only one Ultralisk can attack? Just stay calm and defend. Because you're not losing the game to the Widow Mines, but you're losing the game because you run into a barracks with 2 supply depots and with a ton of units behind it. Could also have ghosts up there, it wouldn't be different from the Widow Mines. Now I mean, of course, at this point of the game, when you have only Lings against mass Widow Mine, well, the game gets pretty hard, right? You need to take very good engagements, but I don't think the Widow Mines are the problem. I think the problem were the 2 fights where the game was completely thrown away. Besides that, of course, these spaces down here that go completely unscouted. I mean, if you just pressure him here, kill his entire army, take out this space, go down here, take out this space, this space, this space, while defending at home, then I don't think this game would have been any problem at all. But I'm pretty sure, well, I mean, this is just kind of bad luck. You have all these Widow Mines here, right, so it will probably feel really unpleasant. The way to deal with Widow Mines, technically, if you don't have Ultras or Ravagers at your hand, just send in some Lings and Banelings, a small group, like 6 or 10 links, and then you add 4 or 5 Bane links and just send them in and try to blow up the Widow Mines or blow up into the Terran army. That's how you do it. The complete opposite of against tanks, you just send in your entire army at once. But I think I talked about why this game was lost, right? We had the bad engagement, then the bad engagement over here, and then it of course feels like, well, how do I deal with mass Widow Mine? But you don't throw away 10 Ultras and 10 Ravagers for no reason. Just pull back. You don't need to walk up this ramp. I mean, technically if you stand in the production, you have one, of course. But if the opponent is just turtling up here, then just take a chill pill. He has a lot of units, well, where are they coming from? He can't have be on 2 bases at the 20-minute mark and produce that much. He probably has a hidden base. Send an Overlord to scout, send a link to scout. If you feel like your opponent is expanding late, I do that too. And we're also behind in upgrades. And the lair was late at the start. The 3 roaches did quite a bit of damage. We talked about that. If you delay your lair, it's still okay if your opponent doesn't abuse it. But I think I talked about pretty much everything that is there to talk about this game that I didn't talk about in my other replay. So I want to thank you all for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. See you then.